with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, and we are here with our 1 hour live just chat, basically. I'm just waiting for more people to get into the room, and I am also going to pull you all up on my phone. Whoops. Oh, it's up under my wheel. My phone dropped as soon as I hit the live button. Let's see. Dismiss that. Okay. All right, welcome guys, people that are coming into the room. Just having some technical difficulties here. Let's see. Okay, trying to make it so my phone doesn't turn now. And notifications are off. It's too many things. All right. So I don't have an agenda today, so this will be a great time to ask your questions. Maybe you can get your questions answered tonight. Also, I'll be doing April birthday shout out. It's got 4 birthdays this month. It just now started storming outside like 3 minutes before I went live, so I hope the internet service holds up for us tonight. I don't have buried wires yet, so hopefully everything will work out. So we've got Vivian Calby here saying hi T and everyone. Mario D is here. Hello Mario. He says hello from friendly Montreal. I am very happy to announce Brian 1, cancer 0. Awesome. And thank you all for your prayers and well wishes. Now that's a great prayer request that's been answered, so that is awesome. Just also take care of yourself, Mario, as you're taking care of Brian. That's important as well. Robin Boyd is here saying hello T and everyone. Janice Miller says hi T and everyone. Judy is here saying hi T and Quilters. Barbara Polk says hi there everyone. June Hansen says hi T and everyone. Melinda C says hello T and quilting friends. Thumbs up. Thank you Melinda. Katrina says hello Miss T and T Quilters. C-Rack says good evening T and quilting friends. Tucker Sewing and Quilting says hi T and T Quilters. Spring is here in Pennsylvania. Katrina says I'm going to listen while I do taxes. Robin Boyd says I am cutting blocks so I have you on the big screen. Maria Mayer is here saying hello everyone. Sandra Agger says C-Rack says Mario God is good. Exactly. This is Sandra Agger in California. Hello T and great quilters. Deborah Sims Brown says hi T and everyone. I received my wood items and love them. I'm glad. And please use them. I know sometimes we get stuff that's pretty and then we don't want to use them because we don't want to nick them up and stuff. But please use them. I love mine. Cheryl Bean says hello T and everyone. Hope all is well tonight. Sharon Lewis also says hi T and Quilters from Washington, D.C. Can't believe I'm on early. Hey. Stella Dua says, hello everyone from Virginia. Cynthia Shades here says good evening to all from Chicago. Doris O says good evening T&T Quilters. It's been a beautiful day today. Jackie K says hello T&T Quilters. Hooray to Mario and yes. Yeah, that just was a big thunder. Francesca Finos here says hello T and everyone. Lee Bryant is here, says hi T&T Quilters. Teajuana Montreal here saying good evening, tea and quilters. Margaret Hassler says hi, tea and everyone. Tiffany's Quilting Life is here, says hi, tea and friends. Hi to Tiffany and Scott. And June says she also like hers. Sheila Willis says hi, tea and quilters. Dewana says Wisconsin is warming. What's the topic today? No topic. Just whatever you all make it. So if you got questions, now be the time to ask. Judy Plaster saying hi to everyone. Hope you all are having a good day. So I'm basically just going to be doing about 5 minutes of follow-up stuff because I didn't have time to even make anything for today. I was 1:30 a.m. all night from yesterday. Got about 3 hours of sleep. So I'm ready to go to bed. I am so sleepy. And I've been doing long arm quilting. I had to quilt my Gills quilt. I talked about that on Saturday. It's a raffle quilt, and whenever we're supposed to have a quilt show in 2021 under normal circumstances, but I don't know if they're going to want to push that back because we don't even have official committee set up for a quilt show that would be in September of this year. So I'm not sure how and when we're going to have our raffle quilt drawing. So as soon as I find that information out, you'll know. I'll also have like some of my completed projects video, I'll have the quilt or most of the quilt showing. It's a really big quilt and I didn't want it in the too far into my yard as I hung it on my deck. So it's a pretty big quilt. So I got most of it videotaped. Trying to think what else. My screen minimized. Hold on. Betsy Lightning is here saying hello all. It's finally Wednesday night. The storm already went through here. Well, it's over here now, girl. So hopefully it passes if she's saying it our area. So that's not very long. So yeah. Oh, and Betsy, I'm working on I'm about to load your second quilt, but I think I might do it tomorrow instead of today because I'm tired. I was up most of the night quilting the other one and working on some other projects. So, what else am I doing? I can't even think straight. One thing I have not done is I have not started my taxes, nor my brother's taxes. He gave me his taxes like early part of March. I still haven't looked at those yet. So, I got to get that stuff done at some point. I know they extended it till May 5th. So now I feel like I got even more time to, do them. It's no big deal. So we'll see. Lila Dicker is here. She says, good evening, tea and all tea quilters. Hope all is well with everyone. June Hansen says, we're having light rain. Has been in the mid-50s today. And Betsy says, take your time. Take good care of yourself. I will. I just have so many things on my to-do list that I'm trying to tick them off. I want stuff off my list. So I want to quilt Betsy's 2 quilts, and then I want to, my quilt top that I made from the fabrics from Judy. I want to load that back on. Kevin had taken all of those stitches out. He's now that's a really good friend. I don't think I've ever had a quilting friend to do that for me, what Kevin has done for me in quilting. So to take out like 3 rows of quilting on a bed-size quilt, that's a lot of work. So I appreciate him doing that, and I want to put that back on the frame after I finish Betsy's quilts. And then I still got to make, I got to start on 3 t-shirt quilts for a customer. And I may do some recording on it, but I'm not going to go into details because I did a whole detail how to do a t-shirt quilt when I called the video Harley Treads t-shirt quilt, and I started from how to cut t-shirts into what types of interfacing, and then I showed you how to make a custom quilt top. It has like 9 parts to it, so I'm not going to go into heavy duty detail, but I will just tell you what I'm using. I'm not going to go into why I'm using it because I've already done all of that in the other video series. So that's going to be coming up. Trying Trying to think what else. We got April birthdays. I'm just trying to wait for some of the people to get into the room. I don't think I've seen but one person in the room so far, maybe two, whose birthday is this month. So I'm just trying to give people time to get into the room for that. Oh, Teresa's here, so now that's three. Teresa says, McCormick says, hello, T and T Quilters. That's who I just saw. Sue is here saying, hello, all. I've been looking for 6 flag panels for the last week in my house. Finally found them right before live. That is funny. May not seem like much, but they are not being printed any longer. Stay safe, all. Yes. So that's pretty cool that you found them, because sometimes stuff is right under our nose. We can't see it. Here says, smiling and waving from Clermont, Florida. Hope your storm passes you quickly. Yes, I do too. Tiffany says, I'm sewing my snail trail blocks. Have you done snail trails quilt or storm snails at sea? Because that's what I'm attempting. I participated in one. My guild did some. We had a raffle quilt 2 years ago that was that pattern, and I did about 12 blocks on that I, donated to them. They were paper piece though. They weren't cut. I don't know how you're doing yours, but they weren't cut. And Judy says rain, and she's talking about sleeping. You got that right. That's all I want to do now. And it looked like it was going to rain all day, but it didn't. I didn't even go to the post office today. I said I didn't even go check the box. I'm like, I just can't do it. Stephanie is here from Quilty Beauty and Books, says, hey T and fellow quilters, happy Wednesday. And Susan T says, hi T and T Quilters as well. So we're going to do the birthday shout outs for the month of April. I got a scrap piece of paper here just so I can put the names on for the drawing. I think 3 of the 4 people are in here now. And I just lost my chat box. Y'all know I'm going to have to reboot, right? This cell phone gives me the blues. So I may as well go ahead and reboot it while I'm waiting. While I'm doing birthday shout outs. Get it going. Just got a scrap piece of paper here. So the first birthday for the month is Doris O. Her birthday is April 12th. So happy birthday to you, Doris. Got her name written down. And then we've got Peggy O'Connor, whose birthday is April 15th. Happy birthday, Peggy. She'll be watching the replay. I don't think she's in there right now. Also this month is Joan Elkins. Her birthday is April 17th. They're all pretty close. Happy birthday to you as well. And the last on my list of tea quilters is Teresa McCormick. And her birthday is April 19th. All right. So happy birthday to everyone, even those that did not submit yours. Hope you have a beautiful month to celebrate. And we're going to do a drawing. Let me see if I can get back in the chat. And then we'll be doing a drawing here. And I'll show you the prize. I had talked about this prize before. Slowing Down Joe says, hi T and everyone. Remo says, good evening, T Quilters. Thumbs up, everyone. Thank you so much, Remo. Susan T says, happy birthday to all born in April. Yes. Teresa says, happy birthday, April babies. Happy birthday, April Quilters from Tiffany. Doris O says, thank you, T, for my birthday wish. Angela Stringer is here. She says, good evening, T and Quilters. Today is my birthday and I'm kicking it. Hey, happy birthday, girl. Cheryl Bean says happy birthday, ladies. Deborah says happy birthday. April Quilters. Judy as well. June Hansen says happy birthday to them as well. Happy birthday to everyone from Lila. Mario says happy birthday to all born in April. And happy birthday to Angela. And happy April birthdays. Yeah. So I've got this here. Kevin and I have picked up these photo frames. Trying to see if I can get this price off. I didn't realize it was still on here. It's probably because it's mine. Because I don't know what I did with the other one yet. You know, I don't look for this stuff until I go live, right? We got this photo frame, Kevin and I. And we bought, I was going to get one. I was going to get two. Kevin was going to get one. And he ended up paying for all three of them. And I'm going to give one out for a birthday. And we thought that we would just put a picture of ourselves in here, me and Kevin together. Ourselves, like us together. And so then we decided to go ahead and share this. That maybe somebody could put this in their sewing room and you can put your favorite picture in there. It's got the scissors. It's kind of craft related with buttons and stuff like that. So just thought it was cute. And we found it when we did our quilt shop hop. So it was in that haul. And it was just after we had done the March birthday, so I had to hold it for a while. So, let's see. A lot of people still saying happy birthday to the birthday people, and they're saying thank you as well. Mario says this is a great gift. You could frame a special block for show and tell. That's true too. You can kind of put whatever you want in here. So, Doris Soul says thank you all. Darlene Crosby says hello T&T Quilters. Hi Darlene, welcome. Yeah. So I'm just gonna pick one of these. They're all folded, so I don't know which one it is. We'll pick this one. See who it is. It is Joan Elkins. I don't know if you all can read that, but her birthday is April 17th. So Joan, let me know by within a week, because you don't have an open-ended opportunity to receive a birthday gift. You got a week to respond, and let me know if mailing address. So just email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com and just say that you want the April birthday gift and give me your mailing address so I don't have to go searching all my previous emails trying to find your mailing address. That's it for that. I don't have any tape in here. I don't have any tape, but I'll just sit it back here. And people are already saying congratulations to Joan. So you all are so sweet. You could put a picture of Miss Crochet in there. That's just funny. Yes, I could. A lot of people just saying congratulations to Joan. The other thing I wanted to update on was the block swap. I have not met with Kevin over the weekend. Kevin's studio is his flooring is being redone. He's kind of remodeling. He's going to reorganize his studio. So I think today was the day that he could, at some point today, so just say tomorrow is the day that he can get back into his studio. You know, when you do floors, you're not supposed to walk on them or put heavy pressure on them for a few days so it can settle. So today was the last day of that, I think, and so he can now start putting stuff back in. And then I have a meeting on Saturday, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to meet him on Saturday. I have to see if he's available on Sunday maybe. I don't know. So we're still trying to pick a day where we can get your blocks swapped. Also, the blocks can't be swapped because we have 34 people, including us, in the swap. And so we made 30 blocks and we need to make 4 more blocks too. So this is what I was saying about people kind of letting us know if you were going to participate, because now we're at the end and I'm super busy and I really don't have time to make 4 blocks. And I need to make 4 blocks, and now Kevin's studio is all destroyed and he can't sew, and he needs to make 4 blocks. So we have other issues that are also holding this up. Yeah. So it's always something, right? So we'll get your block swapped. And then, as I said, everything's going to be going back out in priority mail. So there will be tracking numbers to track that your packages did get delivered to you. Let's see. BB Oliver is here, says, hi T and Quilt folks. I received my large footrest and book last week. Thank you for great packaging and shipping. My birthday is April 13th. Birthday shout out to all April born blessings. Anybody that wants me to add you to the birthday shout out list, I guess I should have said that too. You can also email me that at teaquilts@teaquilts.com, or if you're in the Facebook group, you can just put it in the, I don't know if you all are aware that when you're in Facebook group, you have an announcement sections, and anything that I want to stay permanent, I have in the announcement section. So you can click announcements, and then they have a blue link that says show all. And down there also is the birthday shout out. It was posted in August of last year. So if you put your birthday there, I also will take it off of there, and I'll just like your comment once I put it onto my spreadsheet. So there are a number of ways you can get on the list. I just don't take them in here, because if I take them in here, it may not get back to my desktop. I tend to be at my desktop when I'm updating my list. So if you all want to be added, please do that. Ella Odom says, good evening, Miss TNT Quilters. Thanks for the pins. You are so welcome. Cheryl Clute says, hello, better late than never. Hi, everyone. Kelly A says, hello. Oh, hi, Miss T, and hi, everyone. Waving. Hi, Kelly. Let's see. And Tiffany is giving you all my email address. Thank you, Tiffany. Denise Mann says, finally, I have been able to join you all. Hi, Denise. Welcome to the live. And Peggy is here. We just did birthday shout outs. I'm not sure if you were here when they rang out, but Joan Elkins actually won the drawing. But I did announce your birthday, Peggy, on April 15th. And she says, hi, TNT Quilters. I hope you all are well. Denise says, I have some blocks for the swap. The receive date was March 31st, 2021. And I'm going to make 4 blocks. I got scraps laying out here that I'm going to try to cut 4 blocks. I don't want to make any more blocks, so I'm not obligating to that. If they get received before Kevin and I meet on Saturday or Sunday, whenever we meet, they could be swapped. But if they don't make it, I'm not going to wait for them. So just know that. I don't want to be mean, but this has been going on since January. And if you haven't met the deadlines, I have requirements to the other swappers that did participate in a timely manner. So just giving you a heads up on that. And she says, hello from Memphis. Happy birthday to Peggy. Okay, no problem. I got 8 blocks already ready. And you have to have had 23 of them done. That was the thing. And they were due March 31st. And then we got to meet and swap them out. And the only reason they weren't swapped last weekend is because Kevin's room, his date got pushed back for when they were going to do his floors. They supposed to have done it earlier in March, not the late part of March. Eric Oda is here saying hello. Hello. It's the guy who's bringing his long arm to space. If you were on the Zoom, you know what I mean. Judy Smith says hello to you and all. Happy Wednesday. Denise says, I wasn't aware I would participate later. We tend to have a swap every year. The last 2 years, this is only our second time starting it up. I used to host a Yahoo group for swaps, and then I closed it just because I got tired of doing them. But the reason why Kevin's involved is because it was his big idea to do it, his bright idea. So I make him work. Roberta's here saying hi, TNT Quilters, making more minky blankets for my family. That's nice. And she says, thank you for the birthday shout out. Sorry I missed it. That's from Peggy. My brother is here, says hi, sis. And everyone, hope everyone stays safe. And Tiffany saying, if you want to join fellow Tea Quilters and share what you're working on, join the Facebook group. And she's giving you the Facebook link. Thank you, Tiffany. So nice of her to do that. Sorry I'm late. This is Denise still. She says, didn't know about it. Sorry, T. Yeah. And I always, every time I try to talk about it, I try to talk about what the deadlines are. So, and you can still miss it, I guess. Dee Dee Hansen is here from Michigan. Just got quilts that T quilted for me back today. They are fabulous. So if any of you need quilts quilted, send them to T. She is the best. Well, thank you. That's really sweet. I sent her quilts back to her, and I had to wait until I actually shipped them so that I could. And I went and dropped her quilts off on Monday. And I've been so busy quilting and getting stuff done that, and then I went to my computer trying to do the billing and had some issues with the billing software. It wouldn't even take pictures. I still never got it to take pictures. So I just had to send her invoices with no picture. So, but yeah, I'm telling her today that her box is on the way. I go and check the tracking number, and it's saying it's going to be delivered today. I'm like, that was quick. UPS delivered from Missouri in 2 days. I took that up there on on Monday, and they delivered it on Wednesday. I'm sorry, I took it up on Monday. So thank you also for the shout out, Dee Dee. I appreciate that. Denise says, I'm new to your channel. Well, welcome. I wasn't sure when you said you finally got us live. I wasn't sure if you were new to the channel, so welcome. Welcome to anyone that's new to the channel. Make sure that you are subscribed, and if you're missing when I'm live, it's because you haven't hit the notification bell. So also hit the notification bell. And another thing I found out, if you're subscribing on your Roku televisions, that's not subscribing with YouTube. That's just making it so that the television can have your favorites in a playlist. If you want to subscribe to the channel, make sure you do it on a cell phone, a tablet, or your desktop or laptop. That's the best way to subscribe, and make sure you're actually subscribed to the channel. Betsy says, is anyone doing the AccuQuilt Club blocks? They just started on April 1st. I have not seen AccuQuilt's Club blocks. I've been so busy that I have not watched any of the previous AccuQuilt lives, like since probably early March or mid-March. So I'm so far behind. I did see that they got a new pink flamingo block out. I put up a video also on die cutting when I did the die cutting for my bear's paws. Somebody asked me recently about doing a video or a live where I'm showing how to die cut for an entire project. It just so happened that I had recorded that back in December when I cut it out, and I just never uploaded it. So I went ahead and edited that video and uploaded it. And I'm not going to say who, because you all can figure it out for yourself, but somebody commented about being nice to receive AccuQuilt video demoing something that wasn't cheesy. And I had caught a glimpse of the pink flamingo thing. And I do think that sometimes when companies are selling things, they forget that we're also human beings and we're trying to learn something. And I think they get caught up in selling, and they kind of, I couldn't even watch some of the stuff because I get tired of all the advertisements. One company that I really love a lot is Crafter's Companion. And it has gotten so commercialized that I don't watch them anymore. I haven't bought anything from them since like mid last year. And I just can't do it because I can't sit there and watch a sales pitch in between somebody trying to demo a product to me. I want to see what the product is and how it works. The fact that you're using that product is demo enough for me. And so I too am not like really happy with presentations that are just 100% selling. and they're not teaching you anything. So I kind of appreciated that comment. I had a good chuckle when I read that. That was too funny because I thought the same thing when I watched 10 minutes of the Pink Flamingo 45-minute video for a dye that I knew I wasn't going to buy anyway. So it's just all your personal preference. Everybody likes to be educated in a different way. Some people like to be shown, some people can be told, and some people need to see the pictures, you know. It's we all have differences. So I have not looked into that. I think I saw something about it, but I didn't even pay it any attention because I've been busy working on other stuff. I don't know if Eric is still. Oh, he says I stopped watching Crafter's Companion. Okay, now let me go down here and make sure I haven't missed anything. And she says, Denise is saying PlayStation also. Now, I didn't know you could watch stuff through PlayStation. I guess you could because I think I could watch through my Wii, but I just never went through all that trouble to watch through a gaming system. Yeah. And Darlene says she haven't seen anything about AccuQuilt blocks. Nothing but sales pitches is what Eric is also saying about Crafter's Companion. Yes. I'll keep my eyes open for the announcement and link. And I think we were also talking about having maybe another Zoom meeting. We knew that we had this one on Easter Sunday and it wasn't a lot of people that were able to attend. So maybe we'll have another one the third Sunday. I think Eric was trying to figure out if he could do that date or not. So that'll be pretty cool. Betsy says AccuQuilt Club is doing a block from the 8-inch cube on the 1st. And then another block from the companion cubes on the 15th. Yes, I did see that. Now that you're breaking it down. The blocks are from the 72 block downloadable PDF. It will go for a year. Wow, I didn't know it was going for the whole year. Now that's pretty cool. Tiffany says, well, Judy, I may have done too much today. I made 16 blocks so far today. And her hands is very pain, so I think I may need to slow back down again. Yeah, Tiffany just had, I think, carpal tunnel surgery, so you got to take care of Tiffany. Don't overdo it. And Tiffany also says she missed Sunday because she binge watched 3 movies in a row. I have finally hooked up with Netflix. And I've been watching Orange is the New Black of all things. And I'm binge watching. I'm in season 3, like episode 13 or something. So I think I'm finna go into season 4. So it's just interesting. And then to just watch program back to back. I kind of like coming in late on stuff because you don't have to wait till next week to see what's going to happen. You just hit the next button. So in between, when I take breaks from the quilting machine, I'll go watch an episode in between the, in the row. As it's stitching out a row, then I'll pause it in 15 minutes and go back and look at it and see if it's done. So... And Eric talking about Tiff, slow down, impossible. Yeah, but she's been doing pretty good though. She's been doing pretty good. She can chill when she has to. What else am I? I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you something, and then as soon as I end this live, I'll remember. Again, anybody got any quilt related questions or quilt related topics? You can feel free to drop them here if you want. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comment earlier. I think I'm okay. And we're only at 7:30, 7:32. It's just that normally I try to think of something or bring something to show you all. I have nothing. I was so sleepy right before chat, and I hadn't even eaten all day, so I said, you better make you something to eat so you don't go on there grumpy. LeConte Middleton is here saying good evening. Hi to you as well. Deborah Quilts is here, says hello T and all fellow quilters. Hey Deborah. So yeah. So I don't know. I'm just chilling. I'm really ready to take a nap. That is so bad. I told you all too that I've also been like kind of like going through containers that I got from Diana. Also, because I got some storage baskets from her, I was replacing some of those colorful storage basket units. And so I'm also rearranging some stuff. And you know, when you rearrange, you got to take the stuff sitting on top off and you got to put it somewhere. So, and the stuff that was underneath, I had a typing table in there, and I put 3 storage units in that space where I had 2 of those plastic color cards and a typing table. So then I had stuff under the typing table stored. So now I got 3 rolly cards, and I'm trying to go back through and reorganize those. And yeah, and a table on top. I had purchased a table, didn't like it because I had to put it on bed risers. And then I went back to the sale on Sunday, and then I got another table from Diana that was already the right height. So ended up getting 2 tables in the span of a week, okay? And switching them in and out when I'd already put stuff on top of the table. But I really didn't think the bed risers just sitting permanently, it just didn't settle with me very well because I didn't want it to at some point tumble over or something like that. I wasn't quite sure. Although I know they work very well on beds and stuff, I just didn't want to have that table because it's not as heavy as a bed. So, let's see. And Tiffany saying, T, that's a pretty pink shirt tonight. Thank you. This is actually my Scrap Quilting Club's logo. They were in all colors, I think. I think these shirts were offered in all colors. It just has the black. So whatever color you get, you got to make sure the black shows up because you can only pick one color of ink, but you could pick multicolor of shirts. So thank you so much. Welcome to those who are joining T's live. Yes, you probably need a nap. Yeah, I know. I know I look real funny when I'm sitting here and all I want to do is go to sleep. And then the funny thing is I'll get off of here and I'll go prop myself up in bed and then I'll get involved in the television. But I will take a nap, that's for sure. T, have you ever sewn scraps together to make pieces of fabric, then run through your cutter? It's been a thought in my head to do. Yes, I have done that. I actually, some things I don't talk with tea quilters about a lot. And that's because I also do quilt lectures as well. So I have to have some information that I share with people that is not online. And so I don't tend to talk about everything that I do, but I do make my own fabric all the time. I have cut like heart shapes, really large hearts. I've cut really large stars. I've used some, since I got the studio, I've always had the ability to get some of the bigger dies. And so I've always done that, and I've even got some of that in my Scrap Quilts lecture. So yes, I do. And I've also done some other things that I'm not going to talk about. June says, I have my cutting table legs and bed risers, haven't had a problem with. Yeah, and that's great. And I was just so, well, I got it back in a corner. And so I felt like and it was going to be nested into that corner. And I felt like if it ever fell off, I was going to be hard for me to get back into that corner. Plus, with it being in the corner, the bed riser was pushing the table further down because it wasn't really in the corner. The leg of the table wasn't in the corner. I had like maybe this much space because of the bed riser, that it was away from the corner. So I just felt more comfortable just getting a taller table. And the table that I did get, I ended up getting just a cheap table from IKEA. It wasn't too cheap. It was like at least $60 by the time I got through. And but what I liked about that table is that it's lightweight and that it also has screw-on legs. So if I'm ever somewhere needing a table, it's lighter than a folding table to carry, and then the legs screw on, so I can just take that table if I want to use it. Even for vending, it would be a nice table. So I can do other things with it, and we can even use it when we're cutting Wood, I don't care if it gets beat up because most of the time I use tables. I put skirtings on them anyway because I don't want you to see clear through under the table. So, Eric says, okay, here's a question for everyone. What was your first sewing machine? I'll just answer mine. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of comments coming. My first sewing machine was a Kenmore that had some decorative stitching on it. Not computerized, just decorative stitches. And I actually love that machine. I actually got that machine in 1986, the year my daughter was born. I got it so I could learn how to sew while I was on maternity leave. So, still have it. I gave it to my daughter, and then she moved and didn't want to take it. And I go, you can't throw away my sewing machine. So it's in my garage right now. She broke the reverse button. And I can't, that machine is so old. Sears is out of business. I can't find anybody that has a button to replace it. So that's the only thing wrong with that machine is that it's missing a reverse button. I do that all the time with my AccuQuilt dies. Sometimes I have strip sets left over and we'll use AccuQuilt to cut them. That's Eric talking to Teresa. June Hansen says, I have my cutting table legs, and I think I read that. A 80s model slow brother machine. That's Tiffany. Talking about slow. Kelly's talking to Teresa about die cutting. Says, I don't have an AccuQuilt or other cutter, but I do make fabric from scraps and then cut them into blocks of different sizes and shapes. Elaine Doucette says, my grandmother's Singer 1955, still using it. It's a workhorse. Yes. Slowing down. Joe says white treadle, still have it. Darlene Crosby, my first machine was a Singer in a wood cabinet. It had plastic cams to make design stitches. My hubby to be bought it for me too many years ago to mention. I married him and still have the machine. Laughing out loud. Okay, we hear you. Dee Dee says, my last two quilts were deconstructed 9 patches, and that is a great pattern for new quilters. Not very hard, and it looks like it was really difficult. Deconstructed 4 patch is also great. Yes, and I think her fabric choices on there when I do the projects for April, I guess you will see. I think she picked some reproduction fabrics that are really cute. Jackie K says, my first sewing machine was a left-handed Kenmore. Wow, I didn't know they had that. Got it cheap because someone canceled their special order. I'm right-handed, hee. Now that's funny. I didn't even know they would do that back then. Judy says, my mom's Singer and the deconstructed patterns are great for scrap quilts. Lila says, do you press seams open when sewing scraps together to make fabric to cut on AccuQuilt? No, I do not. If I'm just piecing like crumb blocks or strings that I'm going to cut, I just go ahead and press them all in one direction. Most of the time, you got to remember too, I'm cutting most of mine on a studio cutter, and I can cut up to 10 layers. So if I'm pressing the seams one way, that's going to be 3 layers. So I would just cut like 3 blocks at a time or something, or maybe even 4 blocks at a time. Just depends on the pressure, how long you've been using your system, so how tight your roller is as to how many pieces you can cut. So I don't press my seams open for that. Sharon Lewis says, do you have a favorite size block when you select a quilt project, for example, 10-inch or 12-inch, etc.? Since I have been sewing for a while, and I started sewing in the era where most blocks were 12 inches. So I would have to say that I probably made more 12-inch blocks than any other size. I do like other size blocks. I just have made more sampler quilts with 12-inch size blocks than any other size. And then I also like to do scrap quilts that have multi-size blocks and make custom layouts. So I do a mixture of both. But basically, I would say if I had to pick a size quilt block, I would say the 12-inch, because as quilt blocks get more complicated, your pieces don't get as tiny as compared to doing it in a 9-inch or 8-inch finished block. However, if you're doing just a Friendship Star as a 12-inch block, it can be a little simple. So it's, it has its pros and cons. So it just depends. But quilt blocks were, to me, originally designed to be 12 inches for the most part. What was out when I first started quilting. I don't know what they did before me, but that seemed like that was all the patterns and instructions was written for that one size. Kelly says most of these vintage singers are workhorses. I'm sure it'll outlive me. Yes, I think the singers are forever going to be here as long as family members who don't sew can appreciate that it's a valuable machine. So you got to have somebody that know not to just toss it in the trash when you pass. Sometimes our stuff happened to quilters. Like my friend Diana, she has a sister and a brother that lives out of state. And neither one of them wanted to be bothered with her quilting stuff. They weren't crafters and they didn't want to be bothered with it. Hence, Leetta and I being the one she chose to help run her estate sale. So, yeah. It's, they need to know. I am only 5'2". I don't have an issue with table being too low. That's funny. The problem with the table being low was that I couldn't get my storage baskets under it. And I had got 3 storage baskets that I was trying to, or units, not 3 baskets, but 3 storage basket units under the table, and they wouldn't fit. So that was the issue. Rebecca Foster Faith sounds like she's new to the channel, so welcome to the channel. She says, brother, I used to call it Brother Brownstone because I used to do a little, but it didn't do, wait a minute. She says, because I used to do a little, but it didn't do it, so a little got more and more. I don't know what you're trying to say, girl, but okay. That is funny. Sometimes I think the keyboard's trying to help us out too. A couple days ago, I did then moved to a safer location. Someone saw it and decided they wanted it, laughing out loud. I don't think so. Yep. Darso says, I have my cutting table on bed risers also. I have been using it that way for years. No accidents yet. So that's good to know that they don't move. It was hard as heck for me to get them on there because I had already had the storage units in place and didn't know that I was going to originally put a table over the top because I thought I was going to use the tops to the table. And then I went to IKEA to buy the tops and they were out of the tops because Diana didn't have the tops because they were under the table. And so I originally didn't, I didn't get the table because I said I could just put stuff on the tops. So, yeah. So it's been a process. 1967. Katrina says Montgomery Ward's 1967 sewing machine. Claudette Bettis is here also saying hello to you and everyone. For those just joining, we're talking about what's your first sewing machine that you started sewing on. Do you still have it? Eric says, T, is the Kenmore the one you gave to your daughter? Yes, the Kenmore is the one that I gave to my daughter, and then I also went back and got it. When I had it all in the table and everything, and I didn't have room for the table. So I think she ended up pitching the table, and I went and got the machine out the table at least. So the table is gone, but I got the machine. And it's in I had a carrying case for it too, because whenever we did, I had my, So Busy Quilting Guild. We have always met in each other's home, so I had to always have something to carry that machine. So while it was bolted into the table when I was at home, I had the carrying case so I could also bolt it into the bottom of the carrying case and carry it when we met in person. So Stephanie says, T, how is the quilt coming along? What quilt? You talking about the one I was working on Saturday, these bags? In the Zoom, I did finish bag number 3 and 6 because they were compatible. I think that's what she's talking about. Trying to figure out where did I put it. Oh, it's right here on the other side of me. So I think this is what she's talking about. I made 4 patches with you all, and then I went from 4 patches, which was in bag number 1. So I made these little bitty 4 patches. So those are ready. And then bag number 2 was just cutting these pieces. So they're not able to be used yet. When I got to bag number 3, which was this bag, so it's bag 3 and 5. I made these units and then I went ahead and cut. They just had bag 5 for cutting. So I pieced the units in bag 3, which is over here. And then I added the cut piece on because they could go onto the block already. So yeah, so I did work on that during the Zoom. This is a project that I got from Diana. So I'm on bag number 5 now, 4. But I've also done bag 5. And I think, let's see how many bags is it. Because this is not my project, so I really don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This bag says sashings. So I guess after I make bag number 4, I start putting the blocks together. I guess. Block number 4 is a whole lot of 9 patches in different configurations, so it's going to be a little confusing to do that one. Dora says, my first sewing machine was a Sears Kenmore. I loved it. I did too. And I used to live, they had the Sears Repair Center on my side of town. And so I always took my machine up there to get it cleaned and buy parts you needed for it. And when that closed, I was like, oh my gosh. It closed years before the Sears stores actually closed locally. My first, I think that was Doris. Kelly says, Sue's talking to Kelly. I have 4 singers that are over 100 years old, still working, as well as my other 37 machines. Now, I'm not quite that bad, but I am in the double digits. Stephanie says, my first sewing machine was a brother from Walmart. And that's not a bad idea. I actually did that for my niece, because when you got people that are just, you're trying to determine if you're going to want to quilt, that's a cheap way to get into it without having to go into a actual sewing machine store and get overwhelmed. So that's how I started my niece out, with just getting her a Walmart machine. Kevin says, tardy to the party. Sorry, Miss T and T Quilters. No problem. Nobody's ever late. We're not going to be here too much longer. Question for anyone who owns a vintage cast iron singer. Do you have recommendations on where I can buy parts and belts? Thanks for any suggestions. I'm thinking like A1 sewing machine parts and service might have it. It's just basic parts. Those older machines, most of them all use the same parts. They just had kind of different housings and stuff. Very little differences between the machines back then. Do Yoder says, hello, I still use my old Kenmore and refuse to get rid of it because I love her. Yes, and it's metal. It's not plastic like these machines now. I was kind of surprised that Bernina went to plastic housing, you know. And Kevin, did Miss T say some reproduction fabrics that are cute? Laughing out loud. Yeah, because I had to ask her about them because, and she told me the name, but I just can't remember. It's in an email. But I just thought that they were so different, and I didn't want the quilting to overtake her prints. Because Dee Dee has a great way of using print. She didn't use solids, if I'm not mistaken. Everything was a print. And I didn't want to overwhelm it with a heavy duty quilting design. So I tried to make one that would blend. Teresa's talking to Eric. Mario says, in the early 70s, my sister got a children's toy sewing machine. She did not like it, so I used it to taper my shirts since taper shirts were in fashion. It's pretty cool. I never had a toy sewing machine, so when they say toy, it's like I'm done. So it's nice to know that they will sew some stuff. Mine was a single treadle, still sew a perfect stitch. My neighbor left it to me when I was 10. Now that's awesome. That's a beautiful story. Kelly A, I bet they look great. Dee says, I have a vintage cast iron portable singer. Haha on the portable. So heavy I can't lift it. It's powered by hand crank. Oh my gosh. Tiffany is asking how Kevin's room's coming. Scott Martin, which is my friend Mary, said, well, hi, Miss T. Mom and I said hello. We are here to bother you. That is funny. I didn't know you were here this early. I thought you was coming more like next week, girl. So that's good. I get to see you in a few days, I think. Okay, another question for everyone. What is one feature on a sewing machine you cannot live without? Mine is automatic threader. Mine would be knee lift. I like my knee lift. It made it so I don't have to use my stiletto as much. For some reason, lifting the presser foot was just getting old for me, so try to maneuver everything around now so that the flooring and paint are done. That's Kevin. Yay, auto thread was a spoiler, yes. And it doesn't even have to be automatic, just one of these. It can be mechanical that you got to pull down. I got automatic over here. I think this is still a mechanical needle threader on the Bernina. But I don't care which one it is, as long as they have one. Even my Singer Heavy Duty has a manual threader, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to pass some of these up. My first one was my grandmother's Spartan. I'm a vintage sewing machine junkie. That's from Kevin. And I already knew my friend to my not really Scott. I know who you are when you come in here. Cheryl says that she has a white jeans machine. Darlene's also reminding everybody, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Darlene, for the reminder. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe as well and hit the notification bell. I'm here on Wednesdays with live chat, 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also on Saturdays, I do live sew-in chats where I'm here 2 hours, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to 11 p.m. So I do get to work on some projects, and I'm chatting in between. Betty says, my first usable machine was a Singer, still use it. I got my grandmother's treadle machine. She died 2 months before I was born. I still have that one too, but I've never used it. Now, that's awesome that that machine stayed in your family. And she had been passed for so long, and you were a baby when she passed. So that's pretty cool. If you need another cabinet, let me know. That's Sue. No, not her house. Sue ain't gonna have nothing over there. I don't need a cabinet. I didn't have room for it then. I don't have room for it now. I'm trying to skip where people are talking to each other. Kelly says, my first, a 1967 Singer Fashion Mate that I bought at a garage sale for $5. Now, that's cool. It needed some tension maintenance and a general tune-up, so the total cost was $90. It was a steal, and it sews like a dream. Yes, $90 for a vintage sewing machine, even with, getting it serviced as well, is an awesome deal. Angela says, I learned on my mama's single machine, we were banned from touching her power machine, industrial Juki. Mama did not play. She was the original live. You got that right. Judy says, a feature I can't live without, not sure. I can live without a lot, but I like automatic cutter. Yeah, and that's nice too, the automatic cutter. I don't use it as much because I chain piece. The only time this Bernina has stopped me from having something under my needle all the time, because every time I come in here I need to oil. I have to oil this Bernina. This Bernina is a true baby. It's Bernina baby. You got to oil this thing all the time. So in order for me not to just come in here and start sewing because I got a chain piece on, now when I know I'm going to end for the day, I just go ahead and just cut my thread and leave the needle up and the presser foot up so that I can just go ahead, take the plate off, and do a quick oiling from the top, which I learned from Bernina Jeff. Is Diana's project a mystery? Looks fun. It's not a mystery. It's a begone surround, except that they've got applique circles inside of the blank areas. I can only get so close to the screen. And then they've got these appliques in the outer border. I may do the circles inside, but I don't think I'm going to do the applique on the outside. And I don't even have any of the templates. Diana had the book. It's from a book called Material Obsession 2. And she had the book, but what she would do is she would copy out the pages for a project, and that's how she kind of stored her stuff. She also would buy templates. She followed Sarah Felke, I want to say, or Filke. I can't remember how she says her name or how it's spelled to know how to say it. But she would also buy that person's templates. And so I didn't see the templates, but that doesn't mean that somebody else didn't get the templates before I got to look for stuff. So I don't have the applique pieces anyway, so I really don't care. I thought about buying the book, went online. She's an Australian quilter, and they wanted, like, by the time it was shipped for just a pattern that was like $16, I was going to be in the $40-something range. And I just decided that it wasn't worth it for appliques that I wasn't even sure if I was going to do anyway. So, but yeah, but it's not a mystery. Phyllis G is here saying thumbs up, y'all. Eric says, thank you for the input, everyone. I'm actually making a video about buying your first machine for quilting. Was just curious what y'all started with. Denise Sopatch 33 is also saying hello. Sue says, Fenton Sewing Back is my way to go for parts for my vintage machines. Yes, and that's where I started, because once Sears closed, I had to Kenmore. My next two machines were Singers. So I actually purchased my machines from Fenton Sewing Back. So yeah, they're pretty good. The only thing with them is it's a mom and pop business, which I love. The father really knows a lot about machines, and he's teaching his son and sons-in-laws about the machines, and I don't feel like they have the same work ethic. So sometimes I can get my machine back, everything's tensioned accordingly, and then other times I got to make another trip back across town because they didn't do it. I remember they used to like clean your machines. They would physically wipe down. You didn't get your machines back with any dust anywhere. Everything was nicely cleaned up. And the last, I'm going to say like 7 years ago or so, they stopped doing that when the youngsters took over. They don't wipe anything down, not even the stuff they put on there, okay? So I've started going to somebody else, and I only go to them for stuff that somebody else can't do. Dee Dee says those fabrics are William Morris reproductions, Kevin, so you can look those up. Angela says, T, I saw your video of your studio fabric double stacked. You and Kev need to sit down someplace, laughing out loud. Hey, you can't make us stay at home. Yes, all of my fabrics on the design wall, when you see that shot when I'm in the long arm room, all of that fabric is double stacked. Yes, it is. And that's not all the fabric I have, okay? It's still more. That's just the colors, and you don't even see red, greens, and blues are not up there. And we're not even talking about specialty fabrics like Asian, African, landscape, florals, novelties, Christmas, Halloween. What else? Dots and stripes. So, yeah. I got a lot more. Kelly says, I don't mind if a machine has plastic housing. I just want to buy a machine with plastic parts inside. Mechanics, yes. And I think I have not been inside this Bernina. I'm hoping that I don't have to go inside this Bernina. I think I've taken off this head plate just to oil in here. And, yeah, but I didn't even really pay attention to the other stuff in there. But I'm assuming that it's all metal after that. I'm just thinking it's plastic housing. So I can imagine when these machines getting bigger, and if they had metal parts and metal housing, that they would be super heavy, like the one that I think it was Dee Dee says she couldn't even move. It's a portable machine. My Juki 2010 TL was $500 more than my Juki Industrial. Deborah Quilt says, my first machine is a Kenmore. My mother bought me at Sears when I started high school. My daughter has it now. It sews great. Damali J is here saying hi T and everyone. Now it's 8:05. I couldn't get to past 7:30 and now it's 8:05. Okay. Says my first sewing machine was a Singer in 92. My husband gave it to me for my birthday. Don't have it now, but I got another Singer in 05 and love it. So I'm at 7:54, so I'm going to start skipping some of this stitch. Pretty stitch is the most important to me. That's Sue. You are so right about that. Judy says, when I moved away from my mom, I bought a bike core. I don't know what that is either. I think brother made them. I still have it, but the belt broke and I can't find a replacement. Now that's wild. That brother made them and they won't even get you a belt. Can't get a belt. Tiffany says she don't even know how to use the needle threader. I may put on YouTube, not sure yet. That's awesome, Eric. Oh no, Sue, I can't part with my grandma Spartan. Roberta says, if you get a chance, could you show how to use the Bernina? How to oil the Bernina from the top? You have to take this cap off, and you're not gonna be able to see on that camera from over here. But the piece that rotates around, whenever it's a solid piece, it's your hook. When it rotates around and you've got a solid piece, you just put a drop of oil on it, and then I just use my hand wheel to turn it. And that's how I oil from the top. I oil from the bottom when I replace my bobbin, and then I do a thorough cleaning, take everything out. Do a thorough cleaning and a bottom oiling when I do when I change my bobbin. But every time you come to sew, or every 2 hours, you're supposed to be oiling your Bernina. So I'll take my plate off, do a quick swipe with my brush, and then I go ahead and drop that oil, and then I can go ahead and sew for the day. So I'm not taking everything at the bottom apart and having to pull off the table so I can see up under it and everything. So, but that's basically it. It's very simple. But you need to take your plate off to get to it. Juanita Nance came in late saying, hello, Miss T and everyone. We're going to be ending up out of here. I'm trying to get through some of these comments, and then we're going to go. I don't use them much, but I love the pretty stitches on my brother CS7000i. I like a lot of decorative stitches. I just don't use them a lot. I used to use them a lot years ago. I used to make tote bags that were just random squares. Deborah and I, we would put embroidery stitches over the top. So used to use them a lot more back in the day than I do now. Deborah has also done a lot where she's done them in the backgrounds of applique blocks. I think she swapped some butterfly blocks with us, and she she went diagonally both ways, and then she also went down the center both ways. It was really pretty. She used a variegated thread. I've got the book and fabric for that quilt. I have no idea where they are. That is funny. And I tried finding, like I said, I even tried finding a book, and they wanted the same price for the book. And I'm just like, I'm not invested to spend $50 when I've got half of the instructions here already. I'm just missing appliques that I'm not sure I want to do anyway. So I just wasn't invested in spending almost $50 to get something shipped to me. I have 2 Viking machines, and then I have 2 machines from Walmart. They are all good machines, yes. Only problem with like some of the machines you can get at Walmart or other places, when you go to sewing repair centers, they won't work on certain machines, and that's the problem with some of the singers. Some of the low-level singers you can only send to the singer authorized repair place that they've kind of twisted somebody's arm to work on. You can't take them to any repair center. So that's the problem with some of them. See what happens when I start asking questions? Dee Dee, you have great taste. That's Kevin. He must have done his search. Yes. Tiffany says, you can adjust the video settings on the top left of the video. Hit the 3 dots and choose video quality to change to 720. I'm guessing somebody must have said they couldn't see or something. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. I don't know if Tiffany's talking to me or somebody else. Dora says, I was working part-time at Hancock's Fabric Stores, and one of my customers sold me a featherweight machine for $50. It was in great working condition. Now, that's an awesome customer. Yoda says, thanks, Tiff. Never had to do that. Okay, so she's talking to somebody else. And my friend Mary is saying hi to Kevin. So we're going to go ahead and end here. So I can, I probably get me something to eat. And then I'm going to prop my little self up in bed, and I'm going to chill or fall asleep. And if I fall asleep, that's fine. If I fall asleep this early, then I'll just get up earlier, you know. But, yes. Wash Your Hands says, I just scored a Singer Model 648 in mint condition. I love it. Has the disc. Wow. That's pretty cool. So, that's pretty funny. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. I'll see you all back here Saturday night for live sewing chat, where I'll be working on bag number 4. Or if I don't get in here before then, I'll be working on these last 4 swap blocks I need to make. Kevin, we need to make 4 more blocks in case you weren't here when I talked about that earlier. So make 4 more blocks whenever you get a chance. And I need to start cutting mine. So you're not alone, sir. We're both in the same predicament. So, good night, everybody. See you all Saturday. Stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out.